Well, folks, we're back with another edition of NCSU's monthly tournament. 80 entrants, two best friends, forced to do battle to the death in a confusing blood sport known as Super Smash Bros. Melee.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be real crazy.
I'm here, MrBeenReady. I'll be your host this evening. I'm here with my friend Lucas, aka Dark Hart.
He lost to the best in the second there.
Do you have a pick?
Do I have a pick for this?
Yeah, do you have a pick?
Earlier when I was gone, I heard that Cam 2 owed Mike, so
Yeah, he did. He's the one that
normally my pick for this matchup is Mike, but you know, if Cam's been performing better today, if he's already beaten him, you know, who knows?
He did beat Scar.
For those of you guys who don't know, Eddie is a player from Greensboro, aka Bear is his tag. He's not at this tournament, but in Greensboro, it's a meme to say good shit Eddie anytime anybody does anything good, regardless of whether or not they are Eddie. So, you know, that's just, you know, the kind of humor we have here in North Carolina, I guess.
I'm not gonna lie, this is a match I've always wanted to see.
Oh man, you've gotta love that forward air. Oh my God! Cam with a little bit of interpretive dance on that last combo.
Masterful control.
Cam beat Scar.
Cam beat
I
Scar.
don't think we need to talk about it, but Cam beat Scar. But the thing you have to remember is that Mike beat Pee-Pee in tournament. Oh wow, you gotta
Nice
love
pressure,
that crisp
nice pressure.
20XX style stuff,
3005.
multi-shiny, 3005. Falco, nice jab pressure here. Mike's really turning it up.
Mike's been really good at keeping the opponent at the edge. Just like
And these
the
two
whole
guys,
time.
these two guys are best friends, but you wouldn't know it by the way they're playing Smash right now. Mike looks like he's doing his damn taxes.
Wow. Oh,
Scar
there
has
you go.
never been as good as Mike, says random crowd smasher 35. Oh wow.
Unfortunate.
And that's what you gotta love about Falco side B. Sometimes you come back from the ledge and you're like, oh wow, I didn't even mean to kill anyone there. Like, it's a pleasant surprise. Mike taking a pretty commanding one stock lead, but you know, that's how Lombardi gets in the mix. Like he will just take your stock on one slight mistake. And this is an interesting 3 out of 5 to have at a tournament like this, because Mike and Cam are two players that I have always felt could compete on the national scale, but just haven't had that kind of exposure that players like, say, Pew Pew You might have, or, you know, like Thorn, people who are, you know, kind of not up there as far as, like, the big names, but, like, right underneath them anyway. So this is going to be a really good exhibition, 3 out of 5. Mike takes game 1. We can only expect better Melee from here on out.
Yeah, just living in the same state as Dr. Pee-Pee,
They live in the same city.
They
They live in the same city, and these two guys play all the time. So you're gonna have some kind of like really interesting dynamic where you're gonna see a lot of explosive stocks. You're gonna see a lot of stocks get taken like this because they know each other so well that they can execute this kind of stuff over and over again with no kind of hesitation at all.
I was just going to say it's exciting to see a match like this, being that usually we just expect Kevin to win everything.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. It's nice to have hype sets that don't involve Kevin, or you know, sets that don't involve Kevin, so they can be kind of hype. You know, one of the big problems that North Carolina has always faced, I feel, as a developing scene, is that there's Kevin, who is literally the best Smash Brothers player in the world, via recent tournament results. Whereas
he's about a 15 out of 10.
And then you have just the next person down is like Ye and Lazar, and they're like not even nearly as good as Kevin. They're not anywhere close to his level. But then after them, the bar is so vague. The bar is so vague, and the talent level required to play at the top 3 at NC level is so obscure almost. There's just such a gap between the average NC player and Kevin that it's hard for people to kind of develop. But these guys play with Kevin all the time. They have the most exposure to him. They have the most exposure to each other. And Greensboro is a city that is consistently improving. And your city has to compete with them, or your city has to deal with them. Like Raleigh, we are not nearly as good in our work ethic as they are.
Unfortunately. Good down smash by Cam.
Yeah, very good down smash. Like I said, you're gonna see this set remain close. You're gonna see this set have a lot of pop-off stocks where someone's just gonna explode on the other person and be able to follow through 100% just because they're so used to the other person's habits. Like that right there, prime example of what I'm talking about. The kind of tech chasing that Captain Falcon can do when he knows that much about the other person.
Where all he has to do is just run straight at the opponent. He doesn't even have to worry about anything. He just straight up full dash grab.
And after a slightly less close game, Cam is down 2 games in the set, taking a sip of his Rolling Rock.
Alright, a little salty about that one, apparently.
Going back to FD, you know, this is the classic salt match. Very good nair, the pressure, the lasers on point. Cam has one of the most creative play styles I feel that I've ever seen.
He's very much an interpretive. I like how you said that earlier. It's very much like an interpretive dance of Falco.
Yeah, he's always been that player for me. Like even after I had a lot of exposure to like top level players like Mango and Cobol, PP. Even after I had exposure to like that level of play, I was still very much into the way that Cam plays, and I always like kind of had this like Falco boner for him.
He makes the turn. Oh!
Christ.
Good.
Mike's
Good
trashing.
catch. Good catch by Mike.
Mike is once again in the 3rd game, just like against Taheem. He's pulling ahead by a lot. You know, he might just have Cam figured out for this set. I mean, you know how Falco is.
Yeah, glass cannon.
There's no need for us to say it. What's been said a million times. 2 stocks is not a lead on Falco.
Not at all.
Nairs, lasers, Falco is locking it down.
Good pressure.
Good pressure,
keeping him
nice
out.
back airs, very safe aerials, very safe approaches. Trying really hard not to get grabbed or naired because he knows that that's probably what could result in a kill at 34 on Falco.
Something about Mike that puts him above, like, probably a lot of other Falcons, at least on the East Coast, if not the country, is just like his spacing. It's pretty much always on par.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh!
Falcon shield getting smaller and
There we
smaller.
go.
Wow.
Pretty.
8-away back air into down air. Once again, just
Cam.
adapting to the situation as it progressed. Very reactive play from Camron.
Right, looks like if he gets the stock, he can
Oh,
he can
my
possibly
God.
take this back. Oh,
Lombardi, though.
wow, nice test, but got him anyway. All right.
Stack it up! 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 Stack it up!
We'll just let the crowd speak for us. Don't again.
That's game 3. Hell of a game, hell of a game.
Yeah.